Through Brazil, we hit Argentina. A fan favorite track on the schedule arrives once more. Here, this is Autodromo Nahuel Huapi in Argentina for round number, I believe this is round number 13 of 21 of the 2020 Sunoco Pro Series season. Back in Argentina again, a track that, although it's not a crown jewel, it's a track everyone loves to go to. It's such a exciting and fun track. High speed corners, low speed corner, there's a hairpin in here, carousels, there's everything anyone could want in this track. And we arrive back here once more. And speaking of fan favorites, pole position goes to the fan favorite in the field, that is Vince Freeze. Back on pole here, he was pole, I believe he was the pole sitter back in Twin Ring Motegi, and now he'll be pole sitter here again, this time in Argentina. The fan favorite in the field still has yet to get his first career win. Maybe today could be his day. Alongside Roman Rahal, your Cardiola 2 winner, and the 2018 champion. Rahal really, now that we're coming closer to the Royale, everyone's really anticipating this guy to try to go for the defense, but he's got a few rounds to go until then, although he's already locked in. Although a few good races till there could keep some momentum. Row 2, Cordell Paulson, the reigning champion, in that Lipton number 83 Honda Accord. Obviously back at this team next year. He's the team leader and will continue to be through next year at least, as Paulson, just what can we say, such a good performance this season, and a win could really get himself further into this championship. Alongside Paul Jackson, who's sadly leaving Maverick Wolf Racing at the end of the year, and his future is still unknown. Jackson, obviously still one of the most talented drivers in Pro Series history, finally leaving Maverick after many years with the team, and we're very excited to see what endeavors he explores through the rest of his career going forward. But you got to finish out the races here for Maverick, and he's still in the top 10 in points, still could have a chance for the championship if he can get a good pace going. On row 3, a driver who knows how to win around here. This is Scott Roush in the number 38 for Roush Racing Enterprises. Roush has won here once, I believe. Maybe, did he win twice before? I'm not sure. Roush, though, definitely a regular at the front here. He's P5. I would say that this guy is the big threat to win the race today. That's alongside Christopher Cox, the part-time driver for Mazda and Shock Allison Racing in the 26. He is currently a driver for Stone Ocean down in PLS, and right now having his big chance. He had, if I'm correct, he had a great qualifying in his last start and a good qualifying in this start. Christopher Cox seems to be a good qualifier so far in his part-time starts. We'll see if he can pull together a good result here today. Row 4, Milorad Ryback. He has 2 poles on the year, but only P7 today. Ryback moving up to the 77 next year, but he's trying to finish out strong for Ditech, although he'll be bringing his sponsor, that sponsor Ditech, with him up to Chevron. That's alongside Sean Angel, confirmed back to the team next year, with Steven Thompson joining Trailblazer full-time alongside both Benoit Therabin and Sean Angel to form a 3-car Trailblazer for the first time in years. But nothing really changing in the 78's crew, except for obviously the team going to Dodge, which was a huge talking point over this last week. The Trailblazer becoming the Dodge flagship and finally leaving BMW. Now they got to finish out their season with BMW, but Angel, not too much scenery changes. He'll be staying with the team going forward. Alongside row 5 being Dan Bartlett, coming off of a 2nd place finish last week, and right now starts P9. His future is still unknown with Monarch Motorsports shutting down, but obviously you know he'd like to get a win before his run at Monarch ends, which doesn't seem like it's very far. Alongside William Brock returning back to Full Frontal Motorsports next year. It's his own team. What did you expect? Back with Cinevis, and going to be back with Chevrolet. They are moving back away from Dodge, which is why Trailblazer is becoming the Dodge flagship, is because Brock decided to move Full Frontal back to Chevrolet, giving them a flagship once more. We're very excited to see Chevrolet back at the top of the sport, and we'll be very excited to see Brock reunite with Chevrolet. Looking back through the field, Eric Monaco down in 11th still has a very big chance, along with Duncan, only 1 row back from there in 13th. 17th back here is Max Anderson. A few big names here outside the top 10, but they could very well get themselves back into the top 10. Same with Shane Vincent over here alongside Duncan. Do not count these guys out. And at the rear of the field, it is the 8 of Jimmy Perez, but the more important one, Tristan Wilhoit. currently third in the championship standings, and he will start at the rear due to an engine blowout back in practice. As we're going to come down and take the green flag, a track very, very popular, and we're very excited to be coming back once more here in Argentina. We'll be back. And it'll be Vince Freeze leading us down to the green flag here. Argentina, we're through Brazil, into round 2, the South American swing. Green flag is in the air. Paulson off to a blazing fast start through the middle of your front row starters, and he takes the lead here as we run down through turn 1 and down our second straight. Everyone files in, and we're moving out, trying to take as many positions as possible on this start. But as we file into the first chicane, everything's going to need to settle down, or else it's going to get a lot worse for them. Through the first chicane, Paulson leads. Freeze cuts off the 33 of Rahal, takes second back. Roush will dive down and take third. Are we clean through the first chicane? We are. Oh, this corner can be a little devilish, though, due to you sliding out after the chicane, but we're fine. Through and on to the back straight as we head all the way back down, riding along that second straight and running back down to the first section, or what'll be the last sector before we move back around to finish the lap. Freeze has caught back up to the rear end of the 83. Roush getting in here with a Roush 2-3, while Paulson leads out front here in Nahuel, Huapi. I heard a spin. Did I hear a spin? I swore I had heard a spin, but I did not. Through the hairpin for the first time, Ryback gets Rahal. Ryback is on the move here on the start. Very good out of him. This corner can be a little tricky with the new package, as what was seen back in practice. You can run wide here, and that can cost you. Oh, Paulson ran slightly wide. Freeze kept it good. He might try the outside here. It's not impossible on the outside. He gets cut off, and he crosses over. They touch for the lead. I don't think Freeze is going to get this, though. No, Paulson keeps the lead. As we come to the end of lap 1, Ryback down the inside of Roush for third. Ryback, an absolutely incredible start, 7th to 3rd on the first lap. What an incredible start. Out of the Ditech driver, Paulson, your leader. Freeze in 2nd, Ryback in 3rd. As we are clean through the first lap. That is incredible. That is not what I expected, actually. And down the second straight once more. All the way down to the first chicane. Roush looks like he wants to take it back. Take third back away from Ryback. Down the inside, wants to recover this 2-3 for his team. Not his team, but his father's team. Oh. Ryback squeezes him. Roush will try. No. He actually did hit the 29. 29 fainted wide, and now Rahal's getting in this. We're 3 wide for third. 2 Ditechs with Roush in the middle. Oh, Rahal, hold on to it. Ryback keeps it away. Now Bartlett's in this. But up here, Freeze right on the back of Paulson, but he's not being aggressive. He'll stay behind. Freeze is staying very calm. Surprisingly calm. I think early you'd want to get the lead and try to run and not stay patient. Maybe he's hoping for a mistake in this corner again. Paulson made a mistake here last time around. Can he make one this time? If so, Freeze could be there to retaliate. Take advantage of his mistake. Not quite. Paulson keeps it tight that time. Everyone files through. Ray, or that's not Ray anymore. That is Mark Nutt off the track. That allows Patrick Hollov to get his spot back, and now allows Anderson on the outside of him. That is what going wide there can cost you. Freeze still all over the back of Paulson, but he's not doing anything about it. For now, I think he's just content with running away. I think that's Jimmy Perez in the pits. No, that's Grace Takayama in the pits. Finish up, go to lap 3. We're going to see a challenge here. I'm kind of hesitant to go look at Takayama's wreck because I kind of believe something's about to happen. No one else seems to be involved. Down the second straight, is Freeze going to do anything? He has a chance. This is a very open opportunity here for Vince Freeze to challenge, but he is refusing to do so. Oh, Paulson, though, makes a slight mistake, and it's going to push Freeze off the track, and I believe that should be Paulson holding first for now, and we can go see what happened to Grace Takayama. This was at the start of lap 2. The first chicane takes his first victim. As Eric Monaco would run wide, Grace Takayama would try to get down the inside and got a little too aggressive and would take herself out and no one else. Her own mistake cost her her race. Eric was fine, didn't even lose a spot from that. He was unscathed from that contact. It's only got Takayama. Sophomore season not going too incredible for Grace right now, but mistakes happen. Bad luck for Grace Takayama. Continue on, though, as we are exiting the chicane. On lap 3, Ryback seems to have finally gotten rid of Roush, shook him off, and can now start to go after your 2 leaders. Bartlett has overtaken Rahal up into the top 5. Bartlett finished P2 last week at Armory Digital Super Speedway, and now sits in a top 5 position here in Nahuel, Huapi. It is looking like a very good South American swing for Dan Bartlett right now, as he now looks at the back of the 38. Maybe a surprise launch in the hairpin? No, he's too far. And once again, we're seeing this with Vince Freeze being patient. Not anymore, maybe. He's got the quarter panel. Are you going to commit to this? This is a very weird spot to commit. I think he'll back off. He will. Maybe a crossover. He does! Paulson off the track! And Freeze takes the lead! He gets his lead back from when Paulson took it on the start. A mistake out of Paulson again in that left-hander. Paulson does not have a handle on that corner, and Freeze will take advantage, and he's got the lead. Freeze is your fastest lap of the race at a 1:57.4 last time around. We'll see what changes this time. Ryback still hanging on in third. He's got the 3rd fastest lap of the race. In fact, your top 3 are the 3 fastest laps of the race currently. Will that change? Yes, Ryback now clocks the 2nd fastest lap of the race, a 1:57.6. Ryback is looking very fast, and he is faster than both of your leaders currently. So Milorad Ryback might be the guy to beat right now. Let's take a rundown now that the field has settled down. Let's run us through the top 10 currently. Vince Freeze out front, took his lead back from Cordell Paulson here on lap 3. Never mind, we've had engine issues for the 48 of Cody Lamas up in smoke as well. Oh, and entering the first chicane, that's not good, and that causes 77 to spin. 77 took a weird angle into that chicane trying to avoid the 48, and he goes Kenny Moma into the barriers. Lamas stops on track, and that's the end of his day. Unfortunate. We don't have to look back at that. We know what happened. Moma was panicking, going around in just a terrible angle to the chicane, committed to it when he probably shouldn't have, and a rookie mistake. Out of the part-time driver, your juniors champion. We'll downgrade him down to last on track currently, and with some damage to that rear end. Bad luck for Moma. Bad luck for Cody Lamas. Oh, what a horrible end to his day. But continuing on, Freeze makes a little mistake, but we'll continue this top 10 rundown. Freeze took his lead back last lap, but we may actually be seeing Paulson down in 2nd. Maybe trying to take it back. They're going to maybe go side-by-side through here. No, Freeze cuts him off. Ryback down in 3rd. An incredible start from 7th to 3rd on the grid. He now borders the back of your top 2 and could possibly challenge for a win going forward. Scott Roush in 4th from 5th to 4th. A very solid start. Hasn't lost much time and has gained just a little bit. Bartlett down in 5th from 9th to 5th. He's had an incredible start in that 86. He had a good week last week. Can he continue that momentum forward to possibly go to get this top 5 this week? Sean Angel down in 6th with Rahal on his rear end in 7th. Rahal has been on his way backwards since the start, and he's really needs to get focused, get the hammer down, and start getting through the field. Angel 8th to 6th, 2 spots gained on the start. Paul Jackson, 4th to 8th. He's been dropping back since the start, but he seems to be pretty solid down in 8th, and he's going to be solid in your top 10. Seems to be keeping pace with everyone else. Willie D, your points leader, down in 9th. Looking very solid here so far, going from 13th to 9th, and William Brock rounds out your top 10, sticking exactly where he started in 10th, although he might be going for 9th here on your points leader. No, he backs off. That is a top 10 rundown here on lap 5. Your top 3 are all pretty much nose to tail at this point. Ryback has caught your leaders, and now the battle's on. It's Roush versus Maverick versus Ditech. Although Ryback just loses a little bit through that corner, he's still right there. A mistake out of Paulson or Freeze could set this bomb off. This battle for the lead. Again, Ryback loses a little bit of time. But Paulson is all over the back of Freeze. Could we see the move in the same place? Freeze a little off the track. Is Paulson going to go to the outside here? Is he going to try it? Or is Freeze going to cut him off? Freeze cuts him off. Says, no, sir, you're not doing that yet. But Paulson crosses back over. He'll go for it again. Paulson is not giving up, but Freeze blocks him again. Wow, this is an intense battle for the lead here on lap 5. Coming to lap 6, Paulson might have his biggest chance right here. Down the inside for the lead. Ryback waiting in the wings. Roush actually starting to catch up, but we are side by side even at the line. It was a dead heat at the line. Paulson should have this back here. Forces Freeze up the track. And Cordell Paulson, your reigning champion, takes the lead. Right back away. 3 laps later. 2.5 laps more like. But that puts Freeze back into second. And he's going to have to fight back. These two have been in an incredible battle so far for the lead. As we look back, Duncan back there challenging the 10 of Paul Jackson. That is for 8th. He earns a little wide, almost hits the 10, but he's good. That's Christopher Cox down in 11th. He was 6th on the start. He's been dropping back down to 11th. Long ways to go for him now, and hopefully he doesn't drop back further. Anderson 17th to 13th, and he's now caught the rear end of this front little, it's not really a pack. They're a little more spread out than a pack, but this line of cars here. Anderson could very well be a threat. Monaco started 11th, 12th. Not much progress. I want to check on Tristan Wilhoit, 36th. He hasn't made much progress since the start. Not really looking like himself today. And Jimmy Perez as well, not really making much progress. His teammate right here. Monarch is really relying on Dan Bartlett down in 5th currently. Or up in 5th. Paulson, no mistake that time. Keeps it nice and clean and Freeze. Just going to do what he did before and stick to the back end and wait for a mistake out of your leader. This is what he did last time. It worked beautifully. And I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's just going to wait. He'll wait for his opportunity. He's been very patient so far with the 83. It's now his opportunity. Is he going to make it in the same place Paulson made it on him? Oh, what a run out of 35. And they're going to be almost dead even at the line again. Side by side for the lead. The roles have reversed. Is Freeze going to force him wide the same way Paulson did? No. Freeze will play it even here. I think he'll be able to clear him out of one. No. This is why you push them wide. This is why Paulson did that. Because now Paulson strikes back on the high side. Ryback sits back in 3rd. He is not seemingly fast enough to truly get there, but now into the chicane, side by side for the lead in the chicane. Paulson pushes him off the track, and Freeze backs off. He knows that's too risky. He knew that was way too risky of a maneuver to try. He'll just work on keeping the 29 at bay, and that is why Paulson pushed him wide in 1, because now here comes Ryback for 2nd. Any more incidents that we might want to check out? No, we've been clean so far since our last incident with the 77 due to Lamas's engine blowout. Has the fastest lap of the race changed? No, but your second fastest lap of the race is out of Sean Angel, who is still running within 2/10 of that fastest lap. Angel looks very fast. He's gotten away from Roman Rahal, and he's caught up to your top 5, who are all almost nose to tail at this point. Roush and Bartlett have caught up because of these guys battling for the lead. Battling loses you so much time at this track, at a lot of tracks, in fact. Battling loses so much time, and especially when it's for the lead, that's just going to catch everyone else up behind. Freeze was able to defend Ryback, but now he's got to try to get back up to Paulson and do what he did before. Stay patient. He actually maybe got a little too eager for that move last time, and then wasn't aggressive enough to follow through. Ryback runs wide. That gets the 29 off the 35. So now, Freeze, your only objective should be to get that 83 back. We are almost nose to tail down to your top 6. Angel now catching up to Bartlett. Then it's a pretty big gap down to Rahal, about 1.5 seconds. And then it's another gap, about 1.25 seconds down to Willie D. This is where the pack spreads out. Anderson getting his first move up here in this front group as he gets Eric Monaco for 12th. Eric will fight back for 12th place. This is a great battle. Anderson cleared him out of 1. Monaco, you gotta dive it here. You gotta push the issue. He'll keep it calm. He'll keep it... No, he actually did push him. Ooh, that's always scary. Going side by side through the chicane. Eric striking back. Not quite. Anderson keeps it away. I think Eric's gonna... Or Max keeps it away. Eric trying to get back here. No. And yeah, Anderson will get that spot. Very good job. Here's some full frontals here. 17th, 15th. Shane has been falling back a little bit since the start, while Gatlin Downey's been from 23rd to 15th. Very good job so far. Out of the 40. His seat at the team might be in jeopardy, so this might be his big chance to prove what he's still got. Paulson just trying to stay calm out front. Freeze and Ryback, actually none of them are letting him go. Paulson only 5th fastest, which seems amazing, but when you're the leader, you want to be the fastest because you got the fastest driver of the race right behind you. But Ryback seems to just be more consistent than Freeze is. Ryback is pulling really consistent, really quick lines, and now Ryback is all over the back of the 35. A really solid line here, and a good push down the front straight. We could see the 29 challenge, not quite yet. We'll stick him behind. Big line of cars as we're calming down. Lap 11 will be your pit delta. That's what we'll be looking out for. Obviously only one pit stop expected. In the run down to lap 21, which will be your final lap. But we still got many to go here. Freeze seeming to have shooken off the 29 and is now once again reeling in your leader. Oh, a much better line out of Freeze. A way better line, and maybe a crossover out of the chicane. I did not expect it to be here. Oh, that's a brave move. That's also a brave move, Angel. Wow. Paulson sends Freeze wide again. They're 3 wide for 4th back here. Freeze way on the high side. Where are you going, buddy? No, Paulson cuts him off, and here comes Ryback for 2nd. And just like that, Milorad Ryback up to 2nd. No! Freeze continues to fight back. He's got a lunge. He's really got a lunge, and he will. And the order does not change. Roush defends from the... Yeah, we got all that battling, but nothing actually changed. Great defense by the 83, by the 35 on the 29, and by Roush from both the 86 and the 78, who now is challenging Dan Bartlett for the top 5. Freeze on the outside, and he gets the lead. Oh, Paulson made a mistake again in that corner. He is not having a good handle on that left-hander. And so Freeze, who seems to have a very nice handle on that corner, gets his lead back. Roush very solidly in 4th. Bartlett defends for 5th. Jackson is falling back. Down to 11th now. He was like 7th just a bit ago, but he keeps falling. He is not running good laps. Something is not right on that 10 car. They didn't do something right on the adjustment, and he is just plummeting. That is not what Maverick wants to see. They don't want to see Paulson's biggest ally in this race slowly fade away. And now Paulson all by himself. The 5 is in, undercutting by 2 laps. Are you kidding me? That is a 2-lap undercut out of Jack Benyako. That's insane. Can you even make it on fuel? Oh, that's a risky play. Paulson now back on the rear of the 35. They're gonna keep battling for the lead here. Freeze looking for his first career win. Paulson looking for what I believe would be his 11th career win. Ryback wants his second career win. First one coming back at Carmen Park of his rookie year last year. 2019. So, two people looking for their first or second win, just kind of dipping their toes in. And then one of the winningest drivers of all time and two-time champion Cordell Paulson in between them. So that's an interesting thing. The thing Paulson has on, or not, the thing that Freeze has on his side is the driver in fourth, Scott Roush, his teammate. He's the only one up here who actually has a teammate near him. Roush, if he can pick up his pace, could get into this. But is anyone going to respond to Jack Bignacco and undercut as well? No one within your front runners. No. And Anderson on Jackson. Jackson, that was a beautiful decision. There is no other logical decision than to take your struggling car into the pits and get that adjustment, get some new tires. Contact! Louviere's around. Oh, Shock Jr. in the pit. Oh, in the tire barrier in the wall. Wow, that's the pit wall. And that's going to knock Shock Jr. out of the race. There were some contacts and miscommunication entering the pits. DJ Curtis enters the pits as well. Unfortunate. Jackson, though, I do just want to say this is possibly the best decision that this team could have made. A clean pit lane. He's all by himself. He doesn't have to worry about anyone holding him up, anyone making contact with him, and he'll have a clean outlap. He'll have no one in his way. And a good pit stop along with it. A very solid 14.6, which is faster than both DJ Curtis and Jack Bignacco's pit crews. So, Maverick seems to be pretty adamant on their strategy right now. Freeze is starting to gap away from Paulson. Paulson's falling off. I think his tires pushed too hard, and now he can't keep up with the 35 anymore. Now he's got the 29 breathing down his neck. Luckily for him, he timed the fall off perfectly because he's just going to be pitting here in a moment. Everyone should be pitting on lap 11. If you do not pit this lap, you're dumb. You are just wasting time. Yeah, Paulson again runs wide in that corner. Something is not right with him in that corner. He cannot get that down. And that just allows Freeze to get more time. Freeze will be entering the pits with no one directly behind him. And he'll have the first pit stall so no one can disturb him. Freeze is in the driver's seat of this race. No reason you shouldn't be pitting now. But Ryback and Roush, what? They're splitting it this hard? I did not see this coming. I did not see this coming. I really thought that everyone was just going to pit. But look at this. It's a full split. Ryback and Roush have their own plans. But here comes Vince Freeze down the pit lane. Paulson in tow. Yep, there's their pit crews ready to take them into their pit stalls. It should be 4 tires, all fuel, get everything back. You should have no reason to do otherwise. 4 tires and fuel. Paulson's pit crew looks a little faster. Is that going to be enough? Is he going to be fast enough? No. Angel's pit crew was fast. Angel will get out third. I believe that's the same way he came in. And now, Freeze and Paulson are maybe going to have a fight exiting the pits. I do want to see. Yes, Roush and Ryback are fighting with Bartlett. That's an important spot too. But we got to look here because Paulson down the inside, back for the lead. This is provisional lead. Provisionally. This is the battle for the lead. Paulson, not going to be aggressive. He doesn't have the warm enough tires to trust himself to be aggressive with Freeze, which is smart. But Freeze also was not aggressive. He didn't commit to that because of his cold tires, and Paulson gets the spot anyway. Very nice. And Paulson back to the lead. Again, we look at Roush. Ryback trying to get his spot back. They're going to both be entering the pits together. That is Audra Baranowska's engine blowout. Oh, that's a terrible spot. But we have to look at your leaders. Oh, Roush cuts him off. He'll enter the pits wide. Ryback's got to let him in. Yep, and Roush will be the winner of that exchange. A little bit of contact, a little bit aggressive, but he gets the job done. Roush gets the spot on Ryback. That could be vital for his race. Just getting that spot on Ryback. Because that means he'll be the first one to enter his stall. He's near the front. Here we go. These four are important. We need to watch the left side. Look. We need to look for Paulson if he still has the lead. Yes. Here he comes. Down the front straight. On board with the 35 behind the 83. They're getting released. They're being released. Can they get out ahead? There's Roush. They're not. Nope. Paulson gets the lead. Freeze up into second. And their warm tires are going to send them off into the sunset. No chance. If they got out ahead, they maybe could have held them off until their tires warmed up. No way now. They are gone. It is Paulson and Freeze, your top two. No one else even has a chance right now. The 6 had a problem in the pits. Nelson. 34-second pit stop. No damage for the 6. So she got damaged somewhere. And that forced her to stay in her stall, get that fixed, bump out that damage, prevent it from cutting a tire. We look on, though. Lots of battling. But the most important thing is your 2 out front. And I want to look at Sean Angel, too, because Angel is on warm tires compared to Ryback's cold tires. Roush, you know he loves to see that he was able to get Ryback there, though. That is very big for Roush Racing's race, because now they are 2-3 instead of 2-4. Which can play a big difference. Because now if Freeze starts to battle with Paulson, he can pull Paulson back into Roush. And they might be able to pull off a 1-2. That should be Audra Baranowska's out of the race. Am I right on that? Yes, I am. Audra Baranowska's out of the race with the engine issue. Here comes Sean Angel for P4. Those warm tires, I knew they'd be a factor here. Angel, oh! Ryback kind of wanted to send him high, but it doesn't even work. Angel up to P4 now, as the order will officially work itself out on timing and scoring. Paulson leads. Let's review. Top 10 post pit stop. Paulson, Vince Freeze, your top 2. As expected, these two running their very nice races right now. Scott Roush, Freeze's teammate, down in 3rd. But now he's got Sean Angel pressuring him behind. Angel with warmer tires could very well take 3rd away. Ryback down in 5th, Bartlett down in 6th, Brock 7th, Rahal 8th, Duncan 9th, and it's Paul Jackson rounding out the top 10. He's gained a little bit of his time back through pit stops. That undercut was very nice. And now he's got to make sure that these tires can last, and he has good pace for the rest of the race. That's very important. Oh, gone. Shane Vincent pulling his fastest lap of the race. He's 10th fastest now. PJ Karenko has pulled the 2nd fastest lap of the race. All the way down, almost in 30th. Angel's off the track. Oh, rear end's damaged. He got the barrier. Is Roush okay? Yes, he is. What happened to Sean Angel? And while we're at it, we should go look at what happened to Louvier and Shock Jr. in the pit cycle as well. It's the same way that it happened with Takayama. Angel was eager, knowing that Roush's tires were actively warming up, wanted to get this overtake, and got a little too eager, hitting the back of the 38 and sending himself off and self-spitting into the tire barrier. No one to blame but himself there. Made a mistake getting a little too eager, a little too desperate for that spot before Roush got going, and that will cost Sean Angel his race. Mistakes happen. Bad luck for Sean Angel. So there was a miscommunication entering the pits. Shock Jr. wanted to pit. Louvier did not. Shock tried to clear him before pit lane, tries to cross over and would hit the 2 and would just lose it into the barrier. Luckily, those tires are there and it's not a direct guardrail, like what's behind those tires. But that will end the day for the 21. The 2 would spin, but would get back going. Seemingly pretty okay. A little bit of damage, but Louvier will continue onwards. Bad luck for Shock Jr., just a miscommunication at the time, cost him his race. But now we look at what's really vital here. Vince Freeze wants his first career win. I believe this would be Paulson's 11th. If he pulls this one off. Roush, I think, is looking at like 8. Maybe 9. Ryback looking for 2. Bartlett looking for his first career win. Brock looking for his 11th career win, but his first win in 3 years. Duncan, points leader, looking for what would be, what, his second, third win this year? I think it's his second win this year. Duncan's been performing very well so far this year. Jackson still looking for his first career win. Still wants to lock himself into the Royale, which is important. Brock down the inside of Bartlett here. Bartlett runs wide. They're going to go side by side through the chicane. Bartlett's going to get this. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, no. Wow. Brock. Very nice. Hold. And now with the help from Duncan, Duncan's going to get the toe and then push the 01 past the 86 and then use that to get to the 86 himself. Oh, Duncan, you are not going for a double overtake. Pushes the 01 up the track. And that's why he's your points leader. He got Bartlett. Now he's challenging Brock. Use Brock to get to the 86 and then betray him at the last second and take both spots in one go is looking to be what's about to happen. Duncan down the inside. He'll be on the outside here in the chicane. Off the track. He'll lunge anyway. Almost a touch. Still down the inside. Because there's nothing happening at the front. There's no point in focusing here. This is where it's at right now. Look at all these battles. Look at all these people. Oh, Bartlett almost hits Duncan. Jackson will take them both here. Oh, this is a very nice battle for a top 5. Duncan now way out there. And gets forced off the track. Bartlett now battles for 6. Jackson out of nowhere. But I think Bartlett's got it. I think Bartlett will be the winner here of this battle. Yes, he will. Bartlett gets the spot. Jackson gets a spot out of it, though. As Duncan now trying to cut off the 33. Jackson off the track. That's going to lead Duncan to get right back into this. That went Christopher Cox off the track as well. Don't you do it, Ray Hall. That will kill people. Oh, contact Jackson and Duncan. This is an insane battle. The two people who were traded for each other's rides years ago and are still at those rides. Now battle for position. And Jackson wins it for now. It's not over, though. Willie D's going to want this. He wants to get as far away from Anderson as possible. Right now, your big winner in the points, though, 100% Cordell Paulson, who is now out in front and beginning to put a little bit more distance between himself and Vince Freeze. Freeze might have to settle for another runner-up. All the battling's happening here. There's Shane Vincent getting the spot on Sean Angel. The damaged and limping Sean Angel around the track. He's committing. He's just going to try to stretch it out to the end. Freeze still your fastest of the race. Now Downey trying to get Roman Rahal. Oh, Jesus Christ. That almost ended really poorly. Jackson gets the spot back on Duncan as well. Ryback trying to look on Roush. And Downey still trying on Rahal. Doesn't work. Such good battles up here. Man. Oh, I see damage on the 43. What happened to Philip Scott? Teammate drama. As all three Southeast were doing good until Philip Scott would challenge Tamura and take them both out. Tamura obviously cannot be happy right now. She was having such a good race. She was 22nd. That is such a good performance for Tamura. And her teammate is the cause of that back on lap 11. What are you doing, Philip? Back live, though. You gotta do something, Freeze. You're losing time. You're losing more and more time. If you want to win this race, you gotta go. You gotta dial in now. You're a second down, coming to 5 to go this time. Roush in third. Ryback holds fourth. Still looking for Roush. Roush runs wide. This could be Ryback's opportunity to get a podium. Ryback on the outside. He's going to try it. You got to commit. He does. They touch! Way up high! Oh, and he holds. This might be Ryback's here. Hold it out of the corner. Power down. Roush puts the power down as well. They're still side by side. I think Roush still has it. A big one here, though, is William Brock down in 5th. Brock has not even had a top 5 this season. This would be monumental for him. For his season, if he could pull that off. Ryback goes wide, and Scott Roush takes the spot. Back. Not quite Ryback. You're going to have to try a little harder than that. Bartlett losing a spot to Duncan. Jackson already got him. Jackson not only did that undercut work, but his adjustment seems to have worked out, and he is flying. He's already back at the P6. He was like P13 before pit stops, and now P6 with 5 to go. Very nice performance. Jackson touches Bart. Don't go 4 wide. I swear to God, you guys. Going 4 wide would be someone would just be losing their race. Nope. Both Rahal and Dan. No, my God, don't you dare. Bartlett's going to stay ahead. Not going to let that 4 wide happen. Ryback challenging Roush. Not the right spot, buddy. You're not going to get it there. Roush is just going to hook it on the outside here and dive down the inside in the hairpin and get it back. Again, he's not challenging in the right place. And Roush gets his spot back again. Has Paulson got his situation figured out with this corner? Not quite, but actually Freeze is struggling now. And in fact, Roush is the only one of your top 4 who got that right. Brock got it right too, though. In fact, Brock's your fastest driver right now. Brock is the fastest driver on track. Mark Nutt is also just as fast. Rowe now has your second fastest lap of the race down in 17th. Rowe was 26th on the start. He's up into the top 20, running a very solid race. Patrick Holub from 15th up to 13th, running an incredible race for Bavarian in his part-time car. Mark Nutt! No! I was afraid that was going to happen sometime. Is there damage on Shane? No, there is not. Shane was able to somehow miraculously avoid Rowe and Mark Nutt out of the race. Shane, loss of momentum though, and that will just allow the 78 back by. No, Shane will fight back to get it back. Unfortunate. We witnessed that happen, and now Freeze is faster. But we're coming to 3 to go. He's got to be quicker than that. Brock continues to get faster. Brock is still the fastest driver on track and is back in the 157s. No one else in the 157s right now. No. No one else is in the 157s. Brock is flying. And now he's caught Ryback and Roush, who continue to battle for his position. But this is important. Paulson cannot be slowing down because Freeze closing in. Paulson lost Calder Park on the last lap. Only a few races ago. If he loses this one on the last lap, how devastating is that going to be? But again, he makes a mistake there. Freeze closing in just a little more. Cutting that time down. Just a little. Roush goes defensive. Ryback launches anyway. Takes him off guard. Pushes him high. Roush should still have this, right? Ryback, there's no way that you just did that, right? No, Roush cuts him off. Ryback commits, though. He'll full throttle it down the straight. They're still side by side. Brock's right there. I see that Duncan has now... No, Duncan is trying... No, he is. No, Duncan overtook both Bartlett and is now overtaking Rahal on the outside, maybe. Risky play. And Ryback able to get the spot away from Scott Roush for 3rd. Duncan just running a comfortable race in the top 10. He knows he doesn't need to engage, but Anderson... Oh no, Anderson, what are you doing? Anderson, this is ridiculous. You're going to cause a wreck. Anderson off the track. What are you doing? You push Rahal. Are you trying to take out the 4? Jesus Christ, Anderson, calm down. And there goes Duncan! Oh, no. Oh, no. Duncan goes round into the wall with Rahal. Anderson once again plays it dirty. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's like the 3rd time that Anderson has done something with Duncan. He got away with it the first. Are they going to let him get away with that again? He didn't actually hit him, but that's going to be controversial as hell. Oh, no one's going to like that. Freeze still faster than Paulson, but I don't think he's fast enough. Coming to 2 to go. Paulson, as of now, has it. Jackson has caught the back of the 01 in the 38. Oh, Anderson, you can't just keep doing this. They're not going to let you get away with this continuously. That's a yikes. This is bordering attempted race rigging. Like, well, not race rigging, but trying to get this championship in dirty ways. Because that was plain dirty again. Again, that was dirty. This is the 3rd time Anderson has played it really dirty with Duncan. Ugh. Brock down the inside of Roush. He's trying to get 4th. Jackson going to try to get 3rd. Vibration on the 77 of MoMA. Jackson maybe going to try to go through the middle. That's not going to work. That's going to cause a wreck. Okay, he backs off. He knows when that's not a good decision. Moving on, I think Freeze is just going to have to settle for another runner-up. I think this time, it's not going to be like Calder. Paulson does have the speed to keep it away this time. Paulson does have the pace to prevent Freeze from getting back into this. And they had an incredible battle throughout this race. It was absolutely incredible. They had in that first half in the battle out of the pits that they were trying to get on that outlap, trying to snatch the lead. Paulson would get it away, and now he'll come down to take the white flag here in Argentina. Freeze looks like he's going to come up short. It looks like Freeze is going to have to sell. There is Duncan just absolutely livid with Anderson again. I don't think the stewards are going to let him get away with it this time. It's something when something like that happens once, but when it happens for a 3rd time, something's up. Something's up. And Anderson continues to play with Duncan. Like, I don't know. That's going to be really controversial. There's going to be a lot of weight opinions on that post-race. There's no doubt in my mind that Anderson was responsible for that. But the big question being, is it enough to dock him for it? And that has been the discussion the last few times this has come up. That comes down to the stewards post-race. But it's not about them right now. It is not about them. It's about this guy. He got a win ripped away from him back in Australia, back at Calder Park. He came so absolutely devastatingly close to a win back in Calder. And it just slipped from his fingertips right on the last lap. Not this time. Not this time. There is no lapper to get in his way. Freeze is not quick enough to catch him. A mistake here wouldn't even matter, but he doesn't make one anyway. Freeze will instead, pushing too hard to try to do something. I'm sorry, Freeze. You'll have to settle for a runner-up again. Because today's about your reigning and 2-time champion Cordell Paulson as he'll come through the final corner, take his 11th career win, and finally will avenge himself from back in Calder. Cordell Paulson wins in Argentina! And a victory for the 83 and Maverick. Jackson will salvage an incredible P4 from back in like 13th near the end. And he absolutely clawed his way through the field for a 4th place. Brock will get his first top 5 of the season with his teammate in tow in 6th. Roush down in 7th. Anderson provisionally in 8th. Bartlett in 9th. And it's Christopher Cox rounding out the top 10 for Shock Allison Racing's part-time gig. Started in P6 and brings home a P10. Dropped a little bit, but it's still a very strong performance. I see Bavarian in 12th and 13th. Hollab and Fuller bring home incredible results for the team. Shane, a very solid neutral result. 14th start, 14th finish. Let's go look at your finishing results. And it is Cordell Paulson taking the win for Maverick Wolf. And with Duncan out and Anderson now possibly on the chopping block, this could be a huge points day for the 83, and even for people like the 10, the 01, the 35, especially another fantastic day for Freeze. He is still keeping that streak going. Roush could use a good day like this. Monaco, even an 11th. Monaco's looking at a fantastic points day. Maverick absolutely benefits from Pontiac and Ford fighting. And Maverick, just like that, right in this championship again. Both Duncan and Rowe had their struggles today. Both out due to accident. That is huge for the Constructors title. Maverick is going to close big time, which means this Constructors race is right back on. It's going to be exciting. Next time, we are heading out to finish off the South American swing in Mexico. Ovalo Juarez. The second to last short track of the season. Last one being North Wilkesboro Speedway in the final stretch, which will be fun. A new track on the schedule. Although Juarez is rumored to be removed from the schedule following this season, we're still hoping for a pretty fun race this year. Congratulations once more to Cordell Paulson, and we'll see you all off in Mexico as we head up, getting ready. Royale coming in just after Ovalo Juarez, and then it's the Sunoco final stretch to finish off the season. But it all starts in Mexico next time. Ciao.